Hello, my name is Caroline from bridalfabrics.com, and today I'm going to talk you through the different options for fabric for your wedding dress. I'm going to start with the most popular, which is a satin, and satin describes the finish on the fabric and it gives it a bit of a sheen, and you can see here that luster on a polyester satin that we have here, and we've got that beautiful sheen and it makes it a real luxury finish, that one. This is another example of a satin. This is a silk satin, so even though we have a silk and a polyester, they both have that sheen on from the satin finish, and that is probably the most popular type of fabric for a wedding dress, but there are lots of different options as well. So for example, very popular at the moment is Mikado, and Mikado is a slightly more structured fabric, so it's great for structure and more tailored looks. It also has a perceptible weave there, and you can get different types of Mikados where you see the weave very, very clearly, or a bit like this one, it's almost imperceptible. And Mikados are becoming more and more popular, actually. We also have a range of crepe fabric, which is very popular. This is an example of a crepe fabric, and it has a matte finish, so it doesn't have that sheen or that shine. It also doesn't have the structure of Mikado. You can see the drape and the movement of a crepe fabric is very different to the movement of a Mikado fabric. So depending on whether you want your dress to move and float a little bit, or you want it to sit proud, you would choose the different fabrics. Of course, these fabrics have different weights also, as the satins do. So a heavier weight, for example a Duchess satin, will sit differently to a lightweight satin as well, so do consider that. We also offer a range of eco fabrics, so many of these are made from recycled bottles. We also have triacetates, which are made from wood pulp originally. This one is a very heavyweight triacetate. It's called Justice, and again we've got some beautiful movement and drape along this one. We have other options too, of course. This is an organza, and you can see that it's sheer, very lightweight. It moves beautifully. We have a range of organzas, and you can get polyester organzas or silk organzas, also printed organza. This is an example of an organza from Italy with a printed floral pattern on it. It's called Belissa. It's very beautiful, and again these huge flowers are actually very popular at the moment, so that would make an absolutely gorgeous gown. This is another example of an organza here. This one's called Marcia, another printed one. And then we have some other fabrics. This one actually is a dupion. You might think, oh goodness me, it's actually supposed to have these little lines on it. These are called slubs, and it's part of the production technique. This is a 100% silk dupion here called Romantique, which is a beautiful option too. You'll see on this one, again, the fabric is a little bit stiffer and it doesn't move quite as much. So again, consideration for the type of drape, the finish, and how the fabric will move. This is an example of a silk taffeta, and a taffeta is a fabric which is actually coming back into fashion, but again this one is quite stiff. It's got a nice smooth finish to it there, you can see, and it does sit and hold its shape quite well. This one is actually called a moor, shown here in ivory. That's the silk taffeta. And then we get some options for very lightweight floaty fabrics, quite often used in sleeves, as an overlay for a skirt. This one is a silk chiffon. It's called Superba. You can see we offer it in a few different colours. And this one again, beautiful, light, floaty, slightly opaque. But of course you can still see my hand through the fabric there. A little bit more opaque than the organza, but beautiful movement. And that's a chiffon. This one happens to be a silk chiffon, but we do offer polyester chiffons as well. Different price points depending on your budget. That's Superba. And quite similar, depending on the weight, is a georgette. So this is a lightweight silk georgette called shimmer. And you can get georgettes at different weights, and then again a little bit more opaque, even more so than the chiffon. But that's a lovely example of a lightweight georgette. And this one is again another lightweight fabric. This is a silk habotai, and actually silk habotais are wonderful, quite thin, and are very often used as a lining under a wedding dress, particularly if you are getting married in a hot country or it's a hot month of the year. We would recommend you using a silk habotai as your lining fabric because of its absorption qualities and its breathability as a fabric as well. Here at Bridal Fabrics, we offer all sorts of fabrics, and we don't offer them all in ivory or white. Most of these fabrics come in different colourways as well. We also offer furs. Here's an example of just one that we have called ermine, and we also offer a range of velvets shown here in colours but also available in ivory too. If you have any questions about bridal fabric, which fabric you should be choosing for your wedding dress, depending on the look that you want, why not get in touch with us? We're the experts and we're here to help you. We can advise you. So hop on our website, www.bridalfabrics.com, or DM us.